Thank you. And our next question comes from Brian Lovett with Lovett. Please go ahead.
Very much. In the 2008 ballot, the high-speed rail initiative is scheduled to go on the ballot. With the sort of dramatic cutbacks in the transportation fund, is that going to stay on the ballot now to actually put some money into the transportation project?
That's a great question, and it's a question I'm going to have with members of my caucus. But I got to tell you, the Republicans are demanding zero operating deficits, and they're asking for deep cuts in social programs because they want the budget not only to be balanced for the current year, but they want the out-year problem to be resolved, which is incidentally something the Constitution doesn't require us to do. But certainly, conservative, ultra-conservative minds want us to go in that direction. There are some tough decisions we're going to have to make, and from where I'm looking at it, the filter that I'm looking at all this through is first and foremost is making sure that we are improving the quality of life for the people of California, and through that sort of focal point, you can come to three basic conclusions. The first conclusion is that the more you borrow the more debt you incur for infrastructure projects and other projects of the like, the deeper a hole you put in the state budget, because every year you've got to pay interest on that debt. And so when you do that, you got to take that money from somewhere to do it. You either got to take it from education, you've got to take that money from social programs, you've got to take that money from the prison system, or you got to take that money from public safety. And I got to tell you, you're not going to find one Republican vote to cut public safety, but you're going to find a lot of Republican votes to cut education and health and human services. That's the challenge that we're faced with. On the one hand, I would love to invest in infrastructure and to do the high-speed rail, because I think ultimately it would be good for California's economy 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, 20 years down the line. But what I'm dealing with in the here and now is programs to poor people having to be sacrificed in order that we can continue to make these investments, these long-term investments. And so that's a tough issue to have to grapple with. And I've got to rethink whether or not we can do high-speed rail in the next election.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. There are no further questions in queue. Please continue.
Oh, no further questions. Well, I just want to thank everybody for getting on the call. This is, I think, my first call with bloggers. And I don't know. I assume, I don't know if Steve or someone in my office screened the people who got on the call, but I wouldn't have minded a conservative blogger or two on the call just to spice it up a little bit. But anyhow, I want to thank everybody for what you've done. If you have a little bit of time, at 4 o'clock on ESPN, David Beckham may be debuting today. So take care, have a good day, and wish you all the best. Bye-bye.